Just a little message to my Facebook people that like to look at our videos. If you want to leave a comment, and I love when you do it on YouTube, because that helps the YouTube algorithm to show the video a little bit more. Okay, instead of Facebook, that would be, you should get a glass. You should get a glass when you do that, right? And remember to hit like. I think the most likes we've ever gotten on a video is like 20. Let's get 100. How about 100 likes on this video? That would be awesome. So since I can't get Nick out to do anything today, we figured we'd bust out the ripsticks and the scooter. Come on, big boy. Whoa, whoa. There you go. Yeah, Nick. Great job, buddy. Look, there's just no way to stop it. It's August 31st, and you know, it's happening. School is coming next week. And the last week or so, we haven't done much on the video front, right, Nick? We haven't done all that much on the video front. I did post that video of the song that I wrote for Nicholas right here with you. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Give it a big like. That was always helpful. Oh, for goodness, the dogs are making all kinds of noise. Right, so like I was saying, we haven't done much on the video front. And really, we haven't done a lot of anything, frankly. You know, I think like a lot of families, the wheels kind of came off the structure over the last couple of weeks. Right, Nick? Okay. And surprisingly so, Nicholas hasn't really shown any type of agitation.
Not vacation.
No vacation. We're staying right here. Nicholas has done just fine, frankly, not having that regular routine of getting up and going to school and all of that jazz, right? Nikki, you like staying home with Daddy?
Yes.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. I totally agree. So look, we have this weekend, and then it's back. I'm not going to say the word though, that's going to get him mad. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was today, because we are in the heart of it, right, Nick? We're in the heart of it, and that is puberty. Yep, scratch that name. And obviously, you know, Nicholas is our second son, as everybody knows. So we've kind of gone through this already, but it's a completely different ball game.
Everybody's in movies.
Everybody's in movies. That's what we're watching. You can't see up there. Everybody's in movies. So that's what me and Nick are doing. We are watching a movie.
Everybody's.
What's going on? It's not working? Oh boy.
No school.
All right, no school. All right, so back to the conversation. So, you know, this is a totally different ball game with Nick, right? Because he's still, you know, he's obviously a lot more immature than Johnny was while he was going through this time in his life. Yes, you want to crack another chocolate cracker? Go ahead. You want to go get one?
That's not
right. And so, you know, his body is changing profoundly. I mean, he is growing leaps and bounds. I mean, he's just, you know, getting bigger every single day. And, you know, he needs to take a shower every day. He needs to put on deodorant every day. And all of this stuff is, you know, part of his ADLs, but he needs assistance with everything. You know, he still needs assistance going to the bathroom. So obviously, you know, he needs help washing appropriately, putting on powder, putting on deodorant, and things of that nature. So in addition to Nicholas having to, you know, wash every day, obviously, there's the other changes that come along with puberty, which is something, you know, that we're dealing with, is that, you know, he becomes sexually aroused when, you know, girls hug him, right? And that happens a lot because he seeks out hugs to Johnny's friends who come over, or, you know, other people. And they want to be loving because he's a sweetheart. And then all of a sudden he has an erection, which is, you know, you just can't explain that away. You know, it's almost like, and you can't just start talking about it, especially if there's company. And so, you know, or if there's other people around, I mean, you know, anybody's going to feel uncomfortable in that situation, right? And so what we've done is we have like a 3-second policy with the hugs, which basically says if he goes in to hug somebody, or if one of one of the girls in his life, his cousins or the friends that we know, and they want to hug Nicholas, we count to 3, and that's it. So they start hugging. We go 1, 2, 3, and that's it. And the other thing that we encourage is to give high fives, right, after initial hello hug. Instead of cuddling, what we do is we say let's give high fives, and that seems to work pretty well. But it's definitely a slippery slope. It has not been simple to navigate.
Cracker and juice?
You could have some crackers and juice.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. So one of the other things that we do when company comes over is we make sure that he's not wearing any super loose fitting clothes. He loves to hang out in his pajamas, right, Nikki? You love your pajamas? Yes. He's not crazy about getting dressed, but we make sure that he is fully dressed, and that seems to help the situation a lot, right? And also, since he's going through these changes, he can't just take his clothes off like he used to. I mean, that every autism parent, or I would think most autism parents, understand what it's like to, all of a sudden your child's just naked, no matter where he is. We could be out in public, we could be at a friend's house, and boom, the boy has no clothes on, which when you're 5, 4, is not the end of the world. A lot of people just find it cute and funny. But at 13 and, having gone through puberty, being 160 pounds, he just, it's not appropriate anywhere, right? In fact, it'd be shocking for any, kids that were there, frankly. And so, that was a big goal of ours this year. And it's really worked out pretty well, except in our yard. Every now and then he'll jump out of the pool and rip his shorts down. We tell him not to do that, but he hasn't done it in public. So those are the challenges. That's what we're facing, and we're just plowing along. One of the other things has kind of changed is that Nicholas is actually seeking out girls to come over, right? And so Shannon and I have been really lucky over the last couple of years, since Johnny is more capable of watching Nicholas than pretty much anyone else in his life, aside from Shannon and I, is that he stays home with him, and we're able to go into town and get a bite to eat, and kind of blow off a little steam, reconnect a little bit without Nicholas there, right? And every now and then Johnny has friends over, right? And those friends may be girls. And the last time we went out, we told Johnny we were going out, and Nicholas turned to John and said, "Girls coming over," which was, really funny. But he will ask, he'll ask to have people over. And so, that's a new thing in our life that we're dealing with, and that Nicholas is going through. And we're just trying to be, as supportive and as kind and as, understanding, and, that this is what he's going through, right? He doesn't have any outlets for this, because people don't, like I've said in other videos, people don't come calling for him. There's no birthday parties, there's no friends coming over. So, where is company? One thing did just happen this week is that Nicholas's Aunt Gina called up and said, "Look, I just want to take Nicholas out. I want to go take him out to eat and then take him to my house to hang out." And so she did. She picked him up and she brought him to McDonald's and she spoiled him with whatever he wanted. And they went back to her house and sat on the couch and watched movies and just hung out. And man, it was really overwhelming. Such an overwhelming act of kindness. Doesn't seem like a big deal, but that's not something that happens. Every now and then, and it's very rarely that Shannon and I ask anyone, can you watch Nicholas? Because everybody's busy, and and Johnny's able to do it. But the reality of it is, it's not really what he needs as a babysitter. There's relationships with other people outside of mom and dad, and Johnny. And to sort of have someone seek him out and then just be part, just have his company, and just for the sake of wanting to do that, I know had to feel really good for him, and I think he recognized it and he was there for like 5 hours, And so when we went to go pick him up, he was adamant about not leaving. He said, no, go home, bye, go home. And then he literally cried in the car on the way home. Because I think that just, felt really special to him. And I think that's partly, due to the fact that he is growing up and he's understanding that, he's not a little kid. And look, we all want to have connections, with people. And at a point in our lives, it goes beyond mom and dad. And so that was, I guess that was a really great thing that happened this week. That in some families that, anger can be a real issue for kids who are going through puberty. And Nicholas hasn't really had that issue.
Daddy!
At all.
Daddy?
Yes!
Snack?
Okay, we're going to have some snack, absolutely. And so we're just keeping our fingers crossed. He hasn't become overly emotional. There's been a few minor incidents, but nothing that has us super concerned. It's really more, his attraction to girls and keeping that whole situation under control. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it if that happens. So that's it for today. That is our video. I'm gonna get you this way. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Say bye-bye, Nick.
Bye.
Oh, that's a great job. See you next time.